Welcome to the Unproduced Table Read here on the Popcorn Talk Network. Today we're reading a comedy pilot that feels kind of like The Office, but just more homeless and more crack-addled, so don't move a muscle.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Unproduced Table Read here on the Popcorn Talk Network. Wait for it. Okay. We are reading a comedy pilot today called Blackfriars. It's a mockumentary comedy pilot, kind of in the style of a lot of manic British, kind of over-the-top mockumentary shows, and it's got elements of millennial satire and just a ton of sharp, quick-witted comic writing. Also, I should note, it's extraordinarily offensive, so if there are any children listening, just don't listen to this show. That being said, it's an amazing pilot. I love it, and you've been warned.
Yeah, we have plenty of kid shows you can listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. But for those who are tuning in for the first time, this is a show where we read Hollywood's hottest unproduced pilots and features. Today's script is written by, I'm going to get this right, Hannah McMechan and Danya Jimenez. I'm going to say that again. Hannah McMechan and Danya Jimenez. Two amazing, infuriatingly young writers.
We're so old.
We're so old. But it's an honor to have you guys in studio today. Thanks for being here. Before I introduce you guys, I'm going to introduce my cast. If you guys could go around the table, your name and your character who you'll be playing today, that'd be great.
Hey guys, I'm Roxy. I will be reading for Shannon, Hot Girl number 2, and for Old Woman and Random Woman.
Those are good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I like those. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Guy. Today I will be reading Mickey, Chowder, and unfortunately a hipster.
Chowder.
Hey, I am Haley O'Connor, and I'm reading Hot Girl 1, Emily, Victoria, and Georgie.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Snow, and I'm reading Devon, Triss, Hot Girl 3, and Average Girl.
Yes. Michael.
Oh, me. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm reading Police Officer 1, Camera Guy Lewis, Charlie, Meal Prep, and Pedo.
Tim is off
Pedo,
mic right now,
my
but
favorite.
Tim, you
I'm
can...
going to project my life. Oh, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Timothy Mike. Thank you for following me on all social media platforms at I am Timothy Mike. Today I'm reading Alex, Police Officer number 2, and Eddie.
Meme that.
I want them to do that the whole episode.
Pedo.
As I mentioned at the top, we have a writing partnership, and as you guys know, we've had a couple shows where we have two writers. It's great, but what that means is just for now, we'll have Hannah speak on behalf of both of you guys. When we get to our Q&A, we'll put you both on mic and let you both speak as you deserve. But Hannah, if you want to introduce yourself, and of course Danya, and just kind of... give us a 1-minute intro into the world we're entering. Maybe brief inspirations for the script, but don't give us too much because we want to be surprised by the writing, if that makes any sense at all.
I will try.
Okay.
So I'm Hannah McMechan. This is Danya Jimenez. And we're a writing duo. We're 20, 21.
Jesus.
And basically it's a script that we wrote abroad because we saw some homeless people doing a dance battle and we were like, they're cool. And so it's just about a group of homeless people, kind of 20-something to, I don't know, to 8 to 30, all thrown together, and they're living in Blackfriars subway station in London. And they're homeless all for various reasons, and they all have different aspirations, and just kind of, it's about their relationships living in a subway station.
Great. I love that intro. It's perfect.
Awesome.
Hannah, if you would actually pass your mic now to Tim. We're running...
I can't share a mic with him the whole time.
Well, it was very adorable, but we'll do it this way. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a comedy pilot called Blackfriars. The pilot is called The Crew, and it's a nice intro into the world we're entering, and this is written by Hannah McMechan and Danya Jimenez. All right. Fade in. Cold open. Interior, Blackfriars Station, day. Opening sequence. Feet shuffle down a dirty subway staircase. Hands insert Oyster cards into ticket machines. Mickey, 20s. White boy, flat-billed cap, silver chain, acid-wash jeans, cystic acne. Wants to be Eminem, but comes off like Andy Samberg from Lonely Island. He poses on a bench, arms crossed, steely gaze, lips parted. Triss, 20s. Black, freckles, short. She uses a Razr cell phone to take pictures of Mickey, and she's unenthused. Mickey strikes another stance, grabs his crotch, closes his eyes, and bites his lip. Mickey, talking head.
Yeah, I'm a rapper. Not a big deal or nothing, but I'm doing a photo shoot for my mixtape. I haven't made it yet because I don't really have a place to record or anything, but It's in the works.
Reveal. 2 black guys are eating McDonald's against a wall. Mickey shuffles up, scoots between them, and throws up a peace sign. The guys refuse to acknowledge him. Tris snaps a pic, then spikes the camera, annoyed. Mickey talking head.
Yeah, that was going to be brilliant for Stoop Cred.
Back to scene. A group of hot girls stand around drinking Starbucks. Tris is poised nearby, Motorola Razr aimed on them. Mickey slides into the hot girl circle, tries to put his arms around them, but...
Ew! Fucking hell, everyone check their purses.
And make sure your wallet's there.
The hot girls scramble off to a platform, rummaging in their purses. Tris cracks up. Mickey is left behind, looking hurt, when an average girl taps him on the shoulder.
Hi. I'll take a picture with you if you want.
Mickey turns to her, takes in her average appearance. His face turns into a butthole.
Fuck no. Look at yourself.
Mickey talking head.
Look, I'm tired of this stigma around homeless people. Like, just because I'm homeless doesn't mean I have low standards. I mean, I'm not going to put up a fugly person on my album cover. Fugly don't sell, love.
End of cold open. Act 1. Interior subway information booth day. Fluorescent lighting, glass walls, and a plastic desk. Emily, 23, a brunette, a comforting face, sits in a swivel chair. Next to her sits Alex, 24, lanky, shaggy brown hair, boyish charm. He has his hand around Emily's neck.
Harder. Stronger grip. No, I could go harder.
Alex nods and continues.
Oh, we're getting there.
She's purple.
Pardon me?
An old woman stands at the glass window. Alex removes his grip. Emily talking head.
I know it sounds stupid, but helping people get to where they're going feels like God's work.
Reveal. Emily does a Grinch-esque smirk at Alex before swiveling to the intercom.
How do I get to Notting Hill Gate?
Emily puts her finger on the clicker and begins mouthing directions into it. The woman looks embarrassed.
Darling, I apologize, but my hearing. Could you speak up?
Emily puts on an understanding face and leans closer, only to mouth the words again. Slower, more exaggerated. Alex spikes the camera. The woman stares in a state of vertigo. Emily pushes the clicker.
I'm just fucking with you. Whereabouts did you say?
Alex talking head.
Emily and I have been good mates for a while now. We spend a lot of time together. All day, actually, because she hates her job and I hate my life.
He laughs, but it's sad. Interior Blackfriars station, early morning. A row of sleeping bags against a subway wall.
It's a good combination. She's fucking crazy and I'm not.
Alex crawls out of his sleeping bag, folds it neatly. Everyone else is still asleep. Exterior information booth, early morning. Alex leans against the wall waiting. In the background, Emily rounds the corner carrying her purse and an apple. She spots Alex and tosses him the fruit, takes out her keys, unlocks the booth, turns on the light, and goes inside. Alex takes a bite of the apple and follows her in. Alex talking head.
It's kind of like a job, actually, because she gets mad at me when I'm late.
He smiles, but notices something to the right of the camera crew.
Fuck. He's back.
What? The camera pans to the right, catches a glimpse of a ginger health inspector, not dissimilar to George from Seinfeld. Alex immediately slaps the back of the camera in his direction.
Don't indulge him.
Mickey talking head.
Last week, some fucking muppet wrote an article about the London metro system.
Cut to Alex and Mickey staring at the newspaper article. Insert the article headlined. Homeless population makes the London Underground look like the bottom of a trash chute. Back to talking head.
So now they've got this health inspector out here talking shite on his clipboard. But I handled it.
Cut to, the health inspector sits on a subway bench, drinking coffee, staring ahead intensely. Mickey saunters over to him, drinking a bottle of Coke, and takes a seat right next to him.
Oh, man. It's that time of day again. It's that time that comes every day.
Mickey pulls out a neatly folded napkin, holds it over the mouth of the bottle, and gently tips it over.
Where I power clean.
He takes the napkin, scrubs the arm of the bench, and stares directly into the health inspector's eyes. Interior Blackfriars Station day. A hot pink tent is set up next to the subway stairs. The front flap is open. Inside sits Shannon, 17. Blonde hair, hoop earrings, pink lip gloss, very pale. She reads a People magazine. A blonde woman walks past and drops 25 cents into a Coke can outside her tent.
Do I look homeless to you? I'm wearing couture.
Shannon talking head. She stands at the foot of the stairs.
Right now, I'm just waiting for my mom to show up. She usually gets here around noon, from a midday snack. I wait right here so she doesn't have to come in. She hates poor people.
A Tupperware full of celery drops from above and cracks open at Shannon's feet. Celery everywhere. Angle up on Shannon's mom, Victoria, 37. Bleach blonde hair, juicy tracksuit, black sandal heel, and fake boobs. She stands at the staircase entrance, hands on her hips.
Mom, literally, just let me come.
No, there's a Taco Bell up here. I don't want you seeing it. You're not strong enough.
Interior Taco Bell day. Victoria talking head. Victoria eats a Crunchwrap Supreme.
We've tried everything. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, tapeworms, bulimia. Nothing works. She's got a pageant coming up. There's a bikini portion, and I love her too much to let her go on stage in a swimsuit looking like a sausage. Plus, all the models these days are super grunge. They look homeless, has messy, bad eyebrows. Look at that Delveni girl. This will add an edge to Shannon that she's never had before.
Interior Blackfriars Station day. Lewis, 37. Male, red hair, scruffy, manly. Chowder, 35. Male, Indian, scrawny. They sit against the wall. Lewis looks at Chowder, so Chowder looks away. Chowder looks at Lewis, so Lewis looks away. Mickey, talking head.
They're so fucking annoying.
Shannon, talking head.
So, here's the breakdown. Lewis and Chowder have been together for 5 years. 3 months ago, Lewis came out as a bisexual and Chowder fucking flipped. Then last week, this happens right in front of the inspector.
Found iPhone footage. A woman, late 40s, lies, passed out on the subway floor. Lewis pumps on her chest. Chowder perches on the other side of the woman like a gargoyle.
Yeah, I bet you like that, don't you?
The crowd looks confused. Lewis looks torn.
Oh my god, is your hand on her breast?
Lewis performs mouth to mouth.
You're using tongue, aren't you?
Lewis shakes his head as he goes in for another puff.
That lingered a bit, don't you think, you fucking lingerer?
2 police officers swarm the scene.
He's attacking her!
Get off her!
The health inspector watches from afar and makes a note.
Yeah, we've got a homeless man sexually assaulting a woman, Blackfriars.
Mickey, talking head.
No one's ever like, hey Mick, how are you? Does the street affect you? But if someone did ask, I wouldn't tell the truth. I'd keep a brave face, because I'm a leader. But if they asked the second time, I'd be like, yeah, I'm hurting. I'm out here trying to spit lyrics, and this fascist mouth breather keeps trying to snitch, bitch.
Reveal. The health inspector doodles on his clipboard. It's mouth breathing. Insert clipboard. A page full of stick figure people on fire. Interior Blackfriars Station day. Devin, 28. Korean, hair in a ponytail, sports a recovering mom bod. Georgie, 9, curly black hair, freckles. The mother-daughter pair tramp down the subway stairs carrying a Taco Bell bag. The crew is huddled around their area. Devin and Georgie waltz up, eager.
We got you guys cinnamon twists.
Lewis, Chowder, Alex, and Triss all freak out and they swarm the bag. Devin, talking head.
That's the power of Taco Bell. Gets you into any crew, anywhere. And when you're new to a place, you've got to find a crew. I just got to find Georgia a school now.
Back to scene. Shannon stares at the Taco Bell bag with a worried expression. Mickey sits on the ground, arms crossed.
It's not enough.
Alex, who is close, hears.
What, mate?
It's not enough.
Mickey gets up and storms off. Alex, talking head.
Yeah, Devin and Georgie moved in here a couple of days ago. It's been great, no complaints. We don't get newbies that often, especially not kids.
Reveal. The gang shoves twists into their mouths, silent. Shannon, talking head.
That's so cute. They're like a mom and daughter from a TV show. Like the other night, Georgie had all these knots in her hair and Devin just brushed them out.
She thinks.
That happened to me once. My mom grabbed scissors, cut them off.
Lewis, talking head.
I don't like to grade women, but Devon's kind of a MILF.
I fucking knew it.
Lewis's eyes go wide. Mickey, talking head.
There's a saying by the late, great Drake. It's this. No new friend.
Drake's not dead.
Hand to Alex sitting nearby reading a magazine.
Shut the fuck up. No new friends, a motto that I live by and die by. But here they come, out of nowhere, trying to get in on my crew. My turf. We're very exclusive. We have our own handshakes.
No, we don't.
Like I tell you.
Back to camera.
Whatever. It took Shannon 4 weeks to get into the crew, and I'm still not okay with her. But these freeloaders think they can pop in old Kush. I want them out. Especially that runty bitch.
Reveal. Georgie playing with a Barbie doll. Mickey sits in the distance watching her, eyes narrowed. Georgie rips off the Barbie doll's clothes in one swift motion. Mickey flies back against the wall in disgust.
Fucking pervert.
End of Act 1. Act 2. Interior information booth day. Alex and Emily sit behind her desk. Alex is dressed in a crunchy brown zoot suit.
Well, if we get jobs, we'll be like contributing to society.
They're definitely more concerned about how fucking disgusting you guys are.
Alex cocks his head.
I've been thinking that sentence for a while now, but it never sounded that rude in my little head voice.
Okay.
Don't be sensitive.
I'm not.
Okay, whatever, you're right. A job might help, but why the fuck are you in a zoot suit?
It's Chipotle. I want to look posh.
Where did it come from?
Cut to exterior alley day. Alex smokes a cigarette and walks past a dead homeless man in a zoot suit. He pauses, doubles back. Interior alley day. Alex bends down, places 2 fingers on the man's neck. No pulse. The man's eyes are wide open. Alex pulls the lids down by tugging on the eyelashes. Some eyelashes rip out. Back to scene.
So you're sporting it around the day before the interview?
And that's the issue you have with what I just said.
There's a knock on the window of the booth. Charlie, 26, curly brown hair, collared shirt, acts like your best friend's dad that you kind of wish was your dad.
That's my favorite little lamb.
Alex spikes the camera with a WTF face. Charlie goes in for a smooch, but Emily awkwardly hovers over the side of his mouth. Alex is what the fuck face, but times 10.
And how's the guy who spends more time with my girlfriend than I do because he doesn't have any commitments?
Alex and Emily look uncomfortable.
Oh, I feel like I should fight you. Angad!
Nah, mate.
Charlie deflates a bit.
Actually, Alex has an interview with Chipotle tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. Let me know if you need a reference.
Alex spikes the camera. Charlie talking head.
Do I mind it? Not at all. I'm so glad Emily has a little friend to keep her company.
The camera lingers. Alex talking head.
Charlie's great. He's a lawyer, very prestigious. Emily likes that. She deserves that.
A pause. He rocks back and forth on his heels.
I don't know why we're talking about this.
Interior Blackfriars Station afternoon. A brunette girl stands in front of Mickey as he raps. Her arms are crossed, head bobbing. She's actually into it. Mickey points at her and pounds his chest.
Girl, I want to take you home, but like we have to go to your place because like obviously I...
The brunette continues to nod, deadpan. Triss sits nearby, staring at her magazine, annoyed.
Hey, Mickey, you still got those boils on your penis?
The brunette's face scrunches up. Mickey whips around furious.
Hey, those weren't fucking boils, Triss. That was a rash from your trousers, and I told you that in confidence.
The brunette fast walks away. Mickey throws up his hands and spins on Triss, livid.
Stop being a bitch. I'm trying to save our rep.
By harassing blue-collar women.
By becoming a rap celebrity. Pull an Iggy. Make this place protected site, like Chernobyl.
You have no idea what you're saying, but I get what you're saying. I'm gonna help you.
Interior Blackfriars Station, various. The subway staircase. The lighting changes from dark to light through a time lapse. McDonald's. The sign changes from open to closed to open. In another section of the subway, Alex and Emily stand in front of an empty store. The window is black, so they see their reflections. Alex messes with his hair, pushing it all to one side. Emily reaches up and pushes it to the other side. Emily talking head.
That twat better get this job. I'm so over paying full price for a burrito bowl. I'm fucking nervous.
Emily.
Pan to Alex.
Sorry, mate. I'm off. Just so you know, just in case you wanted one final look at me, pre-job.
Emily pulls out her phone, Alex poses, and she snaps a pic. The health inspector stands nearby, staring at his clipboard, eating a powdered donut. Alex passes him.
You have a good morning, sir. Me? I'm off to work. The daily grind. Don't have to tell you. You know.
Alex winks and breezes past. The inspector blinks.
Look at him go. Look at that taxpayer. He's gotta work.
The inspector writes something down on the clipboard. Alex, who is almost at the staircase, turns back to shoot Emily the okay signal with his fingers.
Nailed it.
Interior Blackfriars Station morning. Devin looks through Georgie's clothes and picks out a blouse.
Oh, this one's nice.
She holds it up to Georgie's face.
Oh, shit. Take this to Shannon and see if she has any stain remover.
Exterior Shannon's tent morning. Shannon is crisscross inside, watching a makeup tutorial on her iPhone.
Hi.
Shannon doesn't look up.
Hi.
Do you have stain remover?
Why? I thought homeless people like stains.
Oh, yeah, is my first day of school today?
Shannon's head shoots up.
Holy fuck. The first day of school is the most important day of your life. It's like when all the boys decide who's hot and who's not. Do you want to be hot or do you want to be not?
Hot?
Shannon pulls out a giant makeup bag.
Get ready for dick. Because I'm going to make you so hot those boys aren't even going to know you're homeless. Or ugly.
Oh my god. Interior Chipotle morning. Alex, sporting his glorious zoot suit, saunters into the establishment. A bearded hipster man. the front register. As Alex nears, a wave of panic sets in.
Hey, Zoot Suit, mate. I've got one in corduroy.
Alex laughs nervously, stops abruptly.
I've come to interview.
Usually we like to see a resume first. You have one?
Alex reaches into his right zoot suit pocket and pulls out a clump of moths. One flutters out of his hand.
That's not it.
Alex rummages in the left pocket and pulls out a crumpled resume, but an open pocket knife slips out in the process.
Knife?
Meal Prep leans over.
Knife!
He's got a gun! End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior Blackfriars Station morning. Chowder stands in line at the subway McDonald's, orders a Happy Meal, pays entirely in magazine coupons. He gets out of line and heads in the direction of the health inspector, who sits on yet another bench. Chowder stops in his tracks as he watches Lewis hand the inspector a McFlurry. Reveal. Lewis and Chowder stare at each other from opposite ends of the subway, breathing heavy.
You stole my idea.
What?
Bribery.
What?
Cut to interior bathroom stall morning. Lewis sits fully clothed on an open toilet seat. Chowder rides him, and they make out aggressively. Interior information booth day. Emily stares at her computer screen. She watches an animated porn with a lazy expression. There's a knock on the booth, and Emily shoots up, a smile on her lips, but it's just Charlie. She quickly hides her disappointment.
How's my duckling?
He leans on the desk and spots the porn, and Emily doesn't even try to hide it.
My dear God, what is it?
Hentai.
Charlie stares at her.
I'm just really bored.
Is that what you guys normally do all day?
I don't know, sometimes. It's not the same without him.
Charlie spikes the camera. Interior Blackfriars Station afternoon. Georgie and Devin come down the stairs, holding hands, looking happy. Georgie talking head.
Shannon's brilliant. The cute boys couldn't stop staring at me. And these scary girls with lots of makeup wanted to be my friend. They're really mean to other kids, but I think they're popular, so that's good.
Devin talking head. Big smile, tired eyes.
I'm so pleased right now. Georgie had a good first day. I job hunted a bit.
She nods.
My daughter kind of looks like a prostitute at the moment, but can't have it all.
Interior Blackfriars Station afternoon. Mickey stretches on a subway pillar. Shoulder rotations, neck cracks, ankle circles.
Okay, show me what you can do.
Mickey tries to body roll, but it looks like mechanical humping. Next, he takes a running leap onto his shins for a power slide, but the jeans immediately stick to the tile.
No, I'm hurt.
Perfect, yeah, perfect.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Tris spikes the camera.
Now, show me what you've written.
Okay, wait. This one's really personal.
Well, you don't have to.
I say, excuse me? You're like a hell of a guy. I mean, my, you're like Pelican Flight.
You're kidding.
Tris whips out an iPod Nano, searches, and plays Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. Mickey listens, quickly growing nervous.
I've actually never heard that before.
Alex comes down the staircase nearby. No zoot suit. His face is unreadable.
Hey, Big Shot, where's your Lambo? Those Gucci sunglasses?
I'm not wearing sunglasses.
He breezes by, annoyed. Interior information booth afternoon. Emily spots Alex walking by. She shoots out of her seat, big smile, and opens the door to the booth. Exterior information booth afternoon.
Hey, you! You with the job.
Alex stops, hesitates, and walks back toward her.
Yeah, they weren't really looking for someone like me.
Emily's face falls, but she's full of energy.
Well, Chipotle fucking sucks anyway. I heard they've got E. coli.
Alex observes her.
Are you okay? Did you have an energy drink?
I haven't had human stimulation all day.
Did Charlie stop by?
Oh, well, yeah, but besides that...
Alex raises his eyebrow and smirks.
You missed me.
No.
Can't get on without me.
No.
Alex props her chin up with his hand, very cocky.
Chin up, kid. Daddy's home.
He breezes past her towards the door of the booth. Interior Blackfriars Station afternoon. Georgie sits against a wall reading Alice in Wonderland. Suddenly, she looks down at her pants where a red stain is formed. Georgie tries to find the wound with her hand, but is unsuccessful. She turns to her mum and shakes her, but Devin is conked. Georgie looks around the subway desperately. Lewis and Chowder are in each other's arms, crying passionately. Shannon's tent is zipped. Alex and Emily are laughing in the information booth. Then she spots Mickey and Tris, who seem to be chatting. She gets up and shuffles over to them in a panic.
I'm dying. Someone stabbed me somewhere.
Neither of them look up.
Yeah, get a Band-Aid.
Georgie looks down at her crotch.
Oh, okay.
They look up and notice the location.
Oh my God, stop it.
Oh, you're a woman. Cheers. Now plug it up.
How?
Yeah, all you, mate.
Triss rolls her eyes, grabs Georgie's hand, and drags her up the subway stairs. Mickey watches them and notices a creepy little rat man, shadow mustache, a scalp covered with 3 unassociated hairs. It's the pedo, 45. He smiles when he sees Georgie walking in his direction.
Pedo. Actually, I'll come with.
Exterior toilet afternoon. The pedo and Mickey stand outside the toilet, arms crossed, staring down at each other.
Bad news, pedo. She just got a period.
I don't cross them off till they start wearing deodorant.
They narrow their eyes at each other. Interior information booth afternoon. Alex sits in the information booth alone, and Emily bounds in.
Guess what I just found in the toilet?
She pulls a Whole Foods flyer out from behind her back.
They're hiring.
Yeah, I'm not really in the mood anymore.
It's a job, not sex.
I know, I should focus on our reputation right now. Like, people hate us.
Your guys' reputation would literally be irrelevant if you had money, a place, a car, you could get out of here.
And leave you alone with Charlie.
Emily stares at him, annoyed. Alex rolls his eyes, but straightens up in preparation.
I'm serious. Do you really, truly want to stay where you're at your whole life? You're better than this.
Alex nods, straight-faced.
I think you're better than this. I'm tired. I'll see you later.
He stands, walks out. Emily is stunned. Camera holds on her face. Interior Blackfriars station afternoon. Shannon is near the staircase. A venti Starbucks iced water falls from above. Shannon tries to catch it, but it bursts when it hits her hands.
Thanks, Mum.
She sucks down what's left as Georgie waddles past her.
Someone punch a twat.
I'm wearing a pad.
Shannon almost chokes on her water.
Fuck's sake, follow me.
Interior Shannon's tent afternoon. Shannon pulls out a super extra tampon. Georgie looks horrified.
What is that?
Rude. My vagina's really wide. That's why I have such a big thigh gap. I thank God for it every day.
She leans down, her face eye level with Georgie's crotch.
Looks like you've got one too, but also you're 9, so don't get too excited.
Georgie nods. Shannon nods. Interior subway platform late night. Mickey talking head.
I kept thinking, how do I get these fuckers to pay attention? How do I get that inspector to be like, wow, that's art? And then it hit me.
Reveal. Mickey breakdancing on the literal tracks of the subway. You know, like where the trains blast through at warp speed.
A rap video on the subway tracks. Dangerous, creative, political.
Mickey tries to prop his torso up while swinging his legs around his body. He crumples. Triss talking head. Triss flips through a notebook clearly labeled Mickey's rap notebook.
His notebook is fucking hilarious. Listen to this one. Call me Poseidon because I'm pounding the shore. Call me Oedipus because I made my mom sore.
All right, I'm done warming up.
Okay, one sec.
She searches for another line but flips too far. She lands on a page and her eyes go wide.
Fuck.
The crew shuffles over and zooms in on the page she found. Camera angle on. Brought me to a park, told me to wait. I slept on the swings. I was only 8.
Is this about his mom?
The camera pans to Mickey on the tracks. His fist pounds his chest in secret, and he does a peace sign and kisses it.
This is for you, Mum.
Camera pans back.
I feel bad.
Back to scene. Triss stands on the edge of the platform, hands on her hips, staring at Mickey.
Yo, you got the razor? Should we shoot horizontal or vertical? I might look fat horizontal, though.
Oh, Mickey, this is stupid.
What? You said it was niche.
I lied. It's stupid and it's not safe.
Mickey gets frazzled, nervous.
Fuck's sake. Am I right?
People line up on the platform. They whisper, point fingers. Mickey nods, proud. He points back.
Mickey, literally, I'm not doing the video.
Mickey notices the health inspector shuffle over.
Yes. When you take it, make sure you get the train in the background.
I want you to really think about that sentence.
Mickey, what the fuck? Alex and the crew fast walk onto the platform. Alex is livid. A rumble starts. People get anxious. The inspector stares. The countdown clock. 1 minute till next train.
He's gonna kill himself!
Shannon whips out her iPhone. Cut to interior Blackfriars station late night. Mickey stands with his arms crossed. The crew circles around him, angry.
You actually thought that would help our case? The health inspector would be impressed.
It was impressive.
Off to the side, Shannon laughs at her iPhone. Insert iPhone. Footage of Mickey sobbing like a baby whilst being yanked back onto the platform.
Honestly, Mickey, this had nothing to do with helping Blackfriars. You just wanted attention, and now the whole system is going to think that we're mental.
Boys.
Fuck's sake, you're a hypocrite. You didn't want the elitist Mexican job to make us look good. You wanted it. You wanted just to impress that working class bird you're always with.
Alex turns bright red. Everyone sucks in their breath. Georgie stands uncomfortably, legs spread apart.
Sorry I fucked up. But it's a lot of pressure being the leader.
The leader?
Yeah, we all talked about it without you. Unanimous group decision. Been trying to think of the right time to tell you, actually.
The crew looks thoroughly confused. Alex rolls his eyes as police sirens are heard from above the station. Mickey steps in front of the crew, chest out.
Fuck. My time's up. Another black rapper taking down my papa.
Tris spikes the camera, annoyed again as a bomb squad swarms down the stairs and into the station. Everyone hits the floor.
Well, that's a bit excessive.
No, this is what I deserve.
But the bomb squad rushes past the crew and tackles the health inspector. The crew flinches. Alex talking head.
Turns out the health inspector was actually a Mormon terrorist dressed as a health inspector. He planted a bomb under the tracks. Mickey probably did the worm over it.
Mickey talking head.
Yeah, I saw that thing. I thought it was a lunchbox.
Flashback to earlier train tracks. Mickey does the robot and stares at something that clearly looks exactly like a bomb. Cut to an hour later, metro station. The crew is gathered in a circle, very shook.
Honestly, it was a bit racist of us not to assume he was a terrorist.
Because he's a ginger.
A ginger, Mormon, likes McFlurries.
Better a terrorist than a health inspector.
That's what they always say.
Subway stairs. Eddie, 20s, khakis, a polo, walks into the metro holding a clipboard. He locks eyes with Tris, cocks his head, then saunters over.
Tris Kirk, is that you?
Tris freezes. Mickey side-eyes Eddie. Jealous?
Yeah, it's me.
What have you been up to?
Me? What have you been up to?
Ugh, it's really boring. I'm working for the government now, so I'm stuck in Blackfriars checking up on complaints as a health inspector.
Gasp! End of Act 3. Tag. Interior Blackfriars Station late night. Everyone's asleep except Mickey, who writes new lyrics in bed. Georgie sleeps near him. She's cuddled around a stuffed frog beanie baby. She shifts and the frog falls onto the dirty floor near Mickey. Mickey stares at it, then picks it up and gently tucks it back under his arm. He leans back, then notices the camera trained on him. He looks embarrassed.
What? I just don't want to shit all over the place, that's all.
He looks at her, then goes back to writing. End of show!
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot wait to talk about this script, you guys, but first I want to reposition Mike and Tim, put you guys on the end of the couch, and for those listening on the podcast, this will be 20 seconds of patience until we talk to our brilliant writers.
I didn't even know that was you for a second because your mouth isn't moving.
You're like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Hannah and Danya, thank you so much for letting us read this script.
Thank you for reading it.
You're welcome. Hopefully, none of us are native Brits, so hopefully we didn't butcher the accents too much, but...
Legit.
Good, okay. First of all, reading this script, I super, expected you guys to be British, but you're not. Danya, you are originally from Mexico or second gen?
Second gen, but I'm not quite sure. I don't know I haven't asked any questions, but I am from San Diego, Orange County, but my whole family's from Tijuana.
Nice. And Hannah, you are from a very small town outside of Yosemite? Mm-hmm. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So neither of you guys are at all British.
But you studied abroad.
In Hungary.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so
not
still...
Yeah.
Still no.
Can we talk about... I feel like the British DNA of this script is so tangible. Like, it even feels like distinctly British comedy. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about, why you chose to set this in London? And, do you guys have experience with British comedy, or...?
Yeah, that's basically our favorite genre.
Cool.
That's all we watch.
Yeah. We love British comedies. Yeah. We think that their sense of humor... you can get away with more.
Yeah. It's very dark.
Yeah.
That's what we write. Dark stuff.
Well, this is our first kind of pitch black comedy on the show. You guys really venture in, and it all works so well. But and the best writing is this way. But this is definitely not a script for everyone. Were there any jokes that you guys were worried towed the line too much between offensive and funny?
Oh,
yes. So many.
Constantly. It's
Especially
also
the ending.
The ending, because the ending was written so long ago, and then recently in the news, we were like, "What do we do? Should we just keep it?" And we kept it, but we edited it a bit to where they were Mormon.
Okay.
That's
good.
Yeah. Happy medium.
Yeah.
Well, one of the techniques that you guys use in this script, which I think is really smart, is you balance the dark comedy with a real undercurrent of sweetness. Like, there's something really kind of earnest and sweet about the script. Is that an important precedent for you guys when you're writing, do you feel?
I didn't even know we had that.
Yeah, me neither.
That's funny because
Really?
it feels like such a deliberate choice to me. I mean, like, Mickey kind of like sympathizing with Georgie is such a sweet moment to me.
I think
even
Alex
like
and Emily's...
Charlie is
He's
really
adorkable. Yeah.
But like Alex and Emily's relationship is this moment of like humility and this whole thing of like two people that really care about. There's like a lot going on between. It's like one person that wants to get out of where they are because he wants to be up to her level, and then like she is in love with him clearly, but doesn't want to be with him because he's homeless.
Right.
And like that's like that is so real in there. I'm like shocked you guys didn't know that was.
Well, that's true. We worked really
Yeah.
hard on that relationship.
Because they're homeless also, so we try to make them seem very relatable.
Yeah, I guess we
Yeah.
didn't think it was sweet, but we more were like, we want these relationships to feel like real relationships in real life.
That's
Yeah.
like
Which
they're
I
like the
guess
Jim
They
and
just happen to
Pam
be homeless. Oh, yeah.
of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, The Office feels like a clear influence for this script. Would you guys say that's a show you guys...
I think we read the pilot episode of The Office before we wrote
Yeah,
it.
we did.
So is that the British Office or the U.S. Office?
US.
Okay. Have you guys seen the British Office? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a feeling. I mean, this feels like it toes the line between both, which I really like. Do you feel like mockumentary is something you guys really like to write? This is our first mockumentary script on the show,
yeah.
so congratulations.
Yeah, it's really fun to write mockumentaries.
It is. It's so fun.
You can do a lot of different things.
Let's get into that. Like, what do you feel like are some of the specific, like, maybe advantages and maybe challenges of writing mockumentary work?
I think one of the advantages is that you can kind of see what the other characters are thinking about other characters, so you kind of get them to talk shit on other characters, which helps with like drama and kind of exposition. It's like a way to get away with exposition without doing it.
Yeah, and it also helps like break up scenes. Like if we want to go from this to something else, then we can put in a talking head there.
So even pacing, you can kind of use it. Have you guys ever written anything not in mockumentary style?
Oh yeah, that was our.
This is our first mockumentary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm interested. We haven't necessarily talked about you guys as a writing team. You guys met in school. You guys are like 9 years old, so that's cool.
In a good way.
In a good way. I'm just saying you guys are like prodigiously young, which is a compliment. Not that I'm like jealous or bitter or anything. But you guys clearly work very well as a writing team. How did you discover this chemistry as writers?
We actually, this was the first thing we'd ever written together, really.
Yeah.
We wrote it last semester?
Yeah, we wrote it last semester. Our professor kind of told us that we should be a writing team.
Well, yeah, so we've had the same professor for like 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, should give a shout out.
Paul
Chitlick.
Paul Chitlick.
He's our
Gangster.
father, kind of.
Sort of.
Yeah. And he's been really supportive of us.
But we always had the same screenwriting classes, but we wrote separately, and we're like best friends. And then finally, we decided to write this, and then we told a professor that we were like, we're gonna be a writing duo now.
And
And he's like,
finally.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
What is it about the two of you that balances each other out so well? Do you know?
We just work well together. We've been roommates. In Hungary, we also had to sleep in the same bed for 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're very close.
Did one of you like concept more and the other does dialogue more heavy, or what?
We kind of just like, I don't know, just like riff off each other.
It's pretty equal, yeah. And we're very brutal with each other.
Yeah.
If like
Good.
someone's pitches something that's not funny,
we're like,
then you're
"That's-
just like,
no."
that's stupid.
Yeah.
And
Move
then
on.
yeah, we just like joke we like keep riffing back and forth until it's
taking
too
like
much,
hours.
till it's like too
Yeah.
far, and then we put that in.
Yeah.
So are you guys actually improvising? Like.
Oh yeah, like we. Just,
So much of it is just like talking, and
it's mostly all talking. Yeah, we just keep going back and forth, and we're like, "That's good," and then we write it, or
Cool.
"That's awful," and then we move on.
That's my dream partnership. I want that so much with someone. Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys are lucky to have found each other so young, because clearly you have a bright future. So, who's your favorite character in this script? I know that's a mean question to ask, but
you know who mine is?
Yeah.
That's just because I'm attracted to him.
Oh, I was.
Mickey?
No. We just have such clear like images of who these people are.
Yeah. My favorite is Shannon by far. I love Shannon.
Oh yeah, but no, I do love Mickey, but I'm
I
like
know.
sexually attracted to Alex
Yeah.
just because of who I have in my head.
Who's in your head?
Alex Arnold.
Alex Arnold from Skins, Generation 3.
Yeah.
If you're hearing this.
Wait, Anthony, can you pull up a picture of Alex Arnold?
Yeah, pull up.
Can you hear us, Anthony, in the booth? We're
Yes.
gonna get a picture of Alex Arnold on the screen.
This is so important. Yeah.
No one else is gonna think he's cute because I have very.
I showed her
specific
this.
taste.
I like set them up pretty much.
He's British.
Safety.
Yeah.
He's British.
Nice.
I love Skins.
So speaking of like the
Oh, there we
British aspect of it, and like I know that you guys are very well studied and versed in this, but it's still such a big task to take on. Do you feel like it puts more pressure on you for people watching it, or do you think it almost puts less pressure on you because Americans are so disconnected from British comedy? Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I have not thought that far in the process.
Me
Like
neither.
people watching it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Because like on paper, this read like a little intense.
Yeah.
To me personally, but then reading it out loud, it was. I mean, you saw me; I was laughing my ass off for the whole time. So
Yeah.
that's one of those. I was just curious because taking on like British comedy in America it's a task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was another thing is that we thought about is that we could get away with more if
Right.
it were British. It sounds funnier British.
Sounds bad.
It sounds more innocent British, and I think we did think about like we would want like to send it to British
People,
production
yeah.
companies
For sure, 'cause
because it would have a much better chance of getting produced
Yeah.
over there than here where
Americans would
harder.
lose their shit over this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would like be so not like they would laugh and then afterwards be like, wait, no, I shouldn't have laughed
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
You know?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ready for dick.
So good. And that, the whole time I'm just like, she's 9. She's 9. She's
So good. Really funny.
Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, since you don't do a lot of exposition, but you do it brilliantly in these talking heads, how did you guys condense, because you have basically no exposition. You're just like, this is who they are, then they talk about themselves, now we know everything about them. Do you know
Took
what I
a
mean?
lot of editing.
Yeah, so I think I asked a similar question to another writer. Is it like you start with like 2 pages and then you whittle it down to a paragraph? Like, how did you get these expositions to be so tight?
It also helps to talk out
Yeah.
loud too. 'Cause we're
Talking
like, that's
with
not
a
necessary.
Partner
Yeah.
is so, like we did not write anything until we had talked for like 30 minutes
We
about
wrote this
the
on
next
a train.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were stuck on a train for like 10 hours
Yeah.
through Italy. It
You
sounds
wrote this
so
entire
10
Yeah,
hours,
through
huh?
Italy.
It's amazing what
You
you
wrote
can
this
do
in
in
10
10
hours?
hours.
No.
We wrote it in like
30 minutes.
Because we had like multiple
A
train
week?
rides. Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we would.
You
we
wrote
were
this in a week?
Yeah.
yeah,
Talentless.
and then it's just been edited for
We
Yeah.
Ever
outlined a lot
since.
too.
I'm
We
still
did.
like
He wants to die.
befuddled. Like
I know.
You did, like,
I don't get it.
Because okay, we've had people on the show before where a couple times Company Town comes to mind where you meet the writer, you're like, I don't. It was so different from meeting the person. Like, how did you craft this world? Like, you girls said you've never been in England or lived there. You're hungry. You're from the States.
Mike, in case you guys can't hear him,
So-
basically Mike's right now saying, huh?
It was so authentic. Like you. If I went there, it's like, oh, these 2 people live in England, and they take that subway all the time. They know exactly
Legit,
the smells,
yeah.
the sounds. Like I could smell that subway
Yeah.
from your writing. Like
To
you know what
clarify-
it's like. I've never even been in England.
Did you guys spend time in England?
We did.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much time? Like
a week?
Yeah.
Probably like a
like
week
a
or two.
couple-
Yeah.
Well,
that's good.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We figured out the dialect and the writing and the comedy.
Okay, we researched a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
we didn't know
So
something, we
much.
like looked it up and we like asked people. Like we.
Oh, we
one
texted our
British
British friends. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like, is this a word that you guys use?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
And London's also, I've been to London, I was there for like 2 days, and it's a very visceral city. Like it's,
Yeah.
when you go down to the underground, you, like to this day, I can remember how hot it was and that it had like a weird smell because it just like leaves an imprint, a very strong imprint.
And they have,
so yeah.
they have subway. We came up with a subway idea in Hungary, but they have
Mhm.
subways everywhere.
Yeah. Before the show, you guys had told me that you had British people actually staying with you at some point.
Oh, this was
Like
recently.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so after you had written it.
After
Yeah.
I'd written it.
Did they
We
read
just-
it?
No.
We should
they
have.
didn't.
I think we said that we were gonna have them read it,
Yeah.
but we didn't.
You can just have them watch this now instead.
Yeah. Oh, we
Yeah, you
should
can
say-
send them
Much
the link.
easier.
Yeah.
Did you guys like think about this before, or you guys were just like, yeah, let's just start talking and write what we were doing?
What happened is, while abroad, we would use the subway system all the time, and yeah, we went down, and there were always these different cliques of homeless people in
Cliques,
Hungary,
yeah.
like cliques, and
Yeah.
they were having a dance battle, and one of them was recording it on his cell phone.
It was like a Hungarian equivalent to a razor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were like, that's funny, and then on the train ride, we were trying to think of ideas for a short film.
And then we were reminiscing over this moment in the subway station.
Yeah, and then we were like, this wouldn't work as a short film.
Oh yeah,
It would
because I
work
have to
as
make a
TV
short
show.
film.
Yeah, for school. So we were like, this is we were like doing a homework assignment.
Yeah.
pretty
And then
much.
it turned into, who cares
Nothing
about the homework
yeah.
assignment?
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
make a TV show.
What's interesting about this pilot is I think you guys could shoot it. Like, I think you'd kind of have to do it guerrilla, but like the huge appeal to this pilot is like you
Yes.
could shoot this thing for $20,000.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It was, do you guys ever write that way budgetarily, or was that just
No.
convenient?
It just
It
happened
just
that
happened.
way.
Yeah.
Nothing else that we've written is at all budget
No.
friendly.
This
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
very, I don't know, just
That's
was
it. Was
easy.
It was really not necessary to go
fast.
outside of the subway.
Was this the first time? Oh, sorry, Mike. No, please.
Please.
Was this the first time you had this read?
Out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
I always ask this. Is there anything that you changed or liked or didn't like? Things that you want to add or remove?
I don't know. With like mockumentaries, or with all of this, I was like, it would be really cool to see it made and stuff, because a lot of it is transitions and they don't really make sense when you read them, but seeing them, I think that they would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it felt paced down just because of the action you're saying.
Yeah, just the actions, which is probably every script.
Yeah,
ever.
but it was
Right,
very
yeah.
helpful hearing it out loud, because I
Super
feel
helpful.
like it worked better than I thought it
Oh
would.
yeah, we were really nervous. We're like,
yeah,
this is not
I was
gonna
like,
go
I don't know how this is
well.
gonna sound read.
Good. Well, I'm glad we didn't destroy your script.
Exactly.
With comedy, it's so important. Timing and pacing are so
Well, yeah,
important.
and that was
Yeah.
another thing. We're like, what if like they say some of the offensive things like seriously?
Yeah.
I was like, that would be
We
terrifying.
talked about this over breakfast at Carl's Jr. this morning.
Nice. Very
That would be
classy.
20. Love it.
Have you guys written more episodes to this, or plan on writing more episodes?
We've
to
written like outlines.
We have a
for
whole
everything.
outline of the season 1 and like everything that happens in each episode, but we
did
haven't
that, yeah.
written it.
Just
We
like a
did that-
Bible.
yeah,
you
like
mean.
right after writing that, we're like, well, we need to get to the next episode, so then we
Yeah.
would just start writing.
Good.
Are you guys represented?
No, if anyone
God, no.
wants to do that for us.
Off of that, like what you said about how cheap you could do this for, like this so seems to me like you guys find some money, Kickstart, whatever.
Yeah.
Do it on YouTube. This is like Girls, where it like started small and then just blew up with
Yeah.
HBO. Or I think that's how they went. Or
Insecure. Insecure was the one that
do
started as a web
something like
series.
that,
Yeah.
Get like this.
I have a
seems
friend who
so-
she just got her
do like
web
this.
series
Like,
signed.
you don't have to go the traditional
Wow.
network way with
Right.
no rejection. Just like do it yourself somehow, and then once they see it like that,
Well, like It's Always Sunny too.
yeah, like
Exactly. Make
Yeah.
the pilot.
go, and then
That's
they'll-
kind of
then
the way
let
to go
them
now.
come to you, and you guys could write your own ticket. Like it just seems like
Yeah.
this could be made.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
read so many
definitely.
pilots, you're like, oh, you can't do this 50
If
cents.
I can
and-
star in it, I'll fund it.
Yeah.
You're Shannon.
You are a very good Shannon.
Yeah.
That's a great
Just
shot.
saying,
This
throwing
to
it
get
out
this
there.
made.
I know. We've just been so nervous about like,
Content?
well, because of the fact that it's British.
Yeah.
We're like, what if people can't do that? Like,
People are
but you guys
smarter than
obviously
that,
did
where
it.
It's,
So
Yeah.
People are smarter than that.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like only the Brits can understand
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
this is funny
No.
because they're so much smarter than we are. Like I feel like for him it read really intense on paper, but it wasn't like For me this was like a slam dunk. I read it, I texted Jeff, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
You could easily put it where it's something like in Portland, because Portland has a very similar type of homeless community where, like, the one time I was there, I was like kind of blown away just by how they kind of like clicked up and how they kind of just didn't seem to care about anything. Like the people would step over them because they just lay out in the middle of the sidewalk, and so there's like a whole like like Portlandia kind of touches on like the homeless community and how it's kind of like a strange lifestyle in Portland.
Well, Roxy brought that up of like the question now is like hipster or homeless. Like you don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
Were you guys attempting to satirize like the millennial entitlement mentality at all with this?
They're like, what millennial?
I'm sure
Sometimes
that
I overreach on these scripts, but
I'm sure that shined through because we are millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not intentional.
That's the thing, though. It's like, isn't it like online? There's a quiz like, is this man homeless or is he hipster?
Well, all the
It's
time.
like-
I mean, you go to Santa Monica, and I have no idea. Like people that are chilling on the beach. I'm like, is this the best day of your life, or are you homeless?
Just sleeping.
Yeah, I lived in Oregon for 22 years, and it was just a thing of like you just couldn't afford good clothes. This is just what clothes looked like up there. That's like what people wore. People make like $35,000 a year, and then all of a sudden it became like cool.
And now those clothes are super
so expensive. People can't afford them in Oregon anymore, which is hilarious.
I went through high school, like, I'm strangely millennial, not millennial, because I'm pre-hipster. But I watched all of my, like, the way we dressed in high school, I watched it all become hipster.
Yeah.
And I watched everything become very expensive.
Very
And
expensive.
I was like, what the hell? I could just go to Goodwill and get this. And now it's like $60 for some plaid.
See, I feel like what we're dancing around is like, are you guys convinced that like the British component to this script is central to it working? Because I think some changes you could make this work, and like Adrian mentioned, like a Portland. I mean, I look at like Shameless now, which obviously was a British show, but like I think premium cable and like the right direction, you could make this work with American actors.
Yeah.
I think it could be American, but I also think that I don't know. I just love British comedies,
right?
And the grittiness of it, almost.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I think it would be cool to have Americans and British working together.
Yeah,
like a international production crew or something.
Yeah, something just like
Plus bring them together.
In the States, you'd have to get this picked up by HBO or Stars or like one of those.
Yeah.
Whereas like in
I don't know.
the
FX
UK,
takes some big risks recently.
Well, I'm talking about like the fucks. Like there's a lot of fucks in here, and like a lot of things like that you can't put in on FX. Whereas in
FX actually does it. They just
now.
what they do is either they say it or they bleep it out.
Right,
Like,
so they
Sci-Fi
don't
does
say
that.
it.
On Atlanta,
They
they're
say
saying
it at the end.
they're
They say
saying
it now.
fuck now in Atlanta, which is crazy.
Like on TV.
Yes, on
So that's what I was gonna say. Is
Do you have like a
in-
minimum?
in the UK?
Yes.
think like
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
In the UK, you can just that's just on. They don't have that such.
Yeah.
You can just this show could live on any network, which is why it seems
Well, that's
more
why
marketable.
they leave the. Let's just talk about fuck. That's why they leave the fucks in, is because a lot of them want to get distribution overseas.
Right.
So a lot of shows will shoot and they'll say the word. They'll be like fuck, fuck, fuck. And on Sci-Fi, they do that now.
Yeah, they just
and then when they put it on Netflix, they take out the bleeps, and so that you can just say it.
Did you guys watch Summer Heights High?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mickey is like,
Oh yes.
that's all I could picture
Yeah.
the entire time.
We are so influenced
Yeah,
by Janae
completely.
Private School.
Oh my
Girls.
gosh.
Janae
Janae.
is so
Yeah.
good.
Fleabag.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
this-
that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
All over this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Amazon? That's
Summer Heights High? Oh my god, you die.
You would love it.
And your Mickey was so hit. I was like, oh my god, he must know.
He must know.
Yeah,
Check it out.
he's such a genius. Is what Chris Lilly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Oh.
everything he does.
So good.
Any other shows
Angry
that you
Boys.
feel like are hugely influential for you guys?
Crashing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Crashing.
nice.
We watched that.
Not the American one. with
No,
Oh,
not-
the
no.
British one.
The British.
Yeah,
Have
with
you guys
Phoebe.
seen it?
I actually haven't. I covered the U.S. one here, but I've never seen the
Really?
British one.
It's so good. We watched it in a day. I mean, not that it's hard to watch it in a day. It's like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, it's like
It's like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
but-
it's so funny. It
Yeah.
is so funny. It's
Cool.
one of the like fastest paced ensemble things we've ever seen.
And you're immediately attached to the characters
Yeah.
within like the first 5 minutes.
Crashing, and what was the first one?
Summer Heights High.
Summer Heights High.
He's got
and
all
Janae
Janae
Private
Janae
School.
Private
Girls.
Janae.
Yeah,
so
because then it
good.
spins off that, and then the Angry Boys one. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Jonah from Tonga.
Yeah.
Were you Peep Show fans? British Peep
Oh,
Show?
I love Peep Show.
Show. That sounds familiar.
That's I've
Because
seen
they
that
kind of
somewhere.
break the. I mean, it's not mockumentary, but you can like hear everyone's internal monologue, so it's kind of similar.
Character relationships and dynamics are such an essential part of this script because it's a very loose pilot. We've read some pilots that are really tightly plotted and some pilots that are really loosely plotted, but with comedy you can get away with either, which is the fun thing about writing comedy. But if you're writing a loosely plotted pilot like this, the character relationships really need to shine. How did you guys structure that? How did you guys approach character? Because I think like our listening writers could really learn a lot from kind of your approach.
It was talking a lot too.
a lot of talking, but remember beforehand we
wrote
had
it.
like Alex and Emily, and then we had an entire paragraph of
on
what
one note. We
Yeah.
just like wrote it, highlighted, and then we kind of like wrote out everyone's character things together, and then we just split them up and like
we just like
pasted.
cut and put things in there.
Explain that again. Sorry.
Okay, so what we did is we did each character kind of has one other character that they're
connected to.
Yeah, more than the others, and so we just did like their names. Like if it were Alex and Emily, an entire paragraph of everything that
we want to happen in that episode.
Yeah,
Or
and for the
outside,
series,
yeah, in the series.
like just so that we could have it all organized, and then we did that for every single pair.
Yeah,
and then we went through and we were like, okay, so this would go here, but then we have to have a break, and then after that we can put.
So we just chopped up what happened
Cool.
between each character and like mixed it around
a lot of
and put it
copies.
together.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, because it's really like your A, your B, and your C plots are all just relational, so you can kind of write that way.
And we've gotten a lot of notes on that. I'm
Yeah.
like, this has no clear like
Trajectory.
story.
Yeah.
Good.
But we're
That's
like,
why it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
how The Office did it. Their
Yeah.
pilot episode was just.
that's what we just did not listen to those instructions.
Well, because that's what's important is that you care when you read this and when you hear it, you care about the characters and the comedy. You don't care about the plot. And that's why this can just keep going. That's why Seinfeld and all those shows just
Right.
keep all the greatest comedies just keep going. Is because it's not about them.
Achieved the
It's
goal,
not about
yeah.
them impressing the health inspector. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that's I applaud you for that as well.
Yeah, it works. It really, really works.
Did you guys think about, instead of making this a pilot, extending it and having it be a feature?
We wanted it to keep going forever.
That's true.
We were like, no.
Yeah, we didn't want it to end. We wanted them to like keep living for
Like,
seasons.
yeah, our conversations were always about the characters. We're like,
It was
"Do
so
you think
disgusting
about,
the way we
yeah,
talked
it was
about it.
disgusting. It was very
gross.
self-indulgent.
Isn't writing that way though? Like
That's
it is.
true.
Yeah.
The nice thing is it's all behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So people
That's so
say,
true.
Yeah.
You want the best for these people you created.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's
wrong
until
with
you
that.
broadcast on Popcorn Talk that that's
Yeah.
what
I know, now
it's
everybody
behind
knows.
closed doors. Yeah.
Like we literally would be like, oh, I can't wait till Alex and Emily get together.
I know. And we'd be
have
like,
sex
this
for
is
the
the
first
moment.
Your friend's like, who's Alex and Emily? You're like, nothing.
That's
No
actually
one.
what would happen. We'd be like, no.
It's so gross.
No, but it's so beautiful. It's like your investment in these characters, and like writers have to be that way. They have to be obsessed with what they're writing, or it
That's true.
won't. It needs like Aaron Sorkin used to like walk around his office talking as his characters for 20 hours at a time. So
Yeah.
it's good,
Same.
guys.
We have not reached that point yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Give it some
Sleep
time.
in the same bed. And
Well, if you couldn't tell, we really, really like the pilot,
Loved
and I really think you guys should think about trying to shoot this thing.
I know you talk about like moving it to America, but I think you guys are so into this with the British.
Yeah,
I think it's
I know.
gotta
I
be
see you
British.
girls going
Don't
over there,
listen to the
making friends,
influence.
and shooting it on your own,
Yeah.
and doing it, and then come back and then like Variety and the Rat picks up these two girls, 21-year-old girls go to
Yeah,
England and shoot
sorry,
this
yeah.
pilot, and that's picked up. I see that this. I mean, we've been here for what? How many shows now we've done of this? And I just like this one. It
This
just
is the
We've walked out of every
Out of
show,
all
and
the
Mike has said,
You know,
been like,
I was-
I don't know if they can make. I don't
I'm
know.
like,
It's gonna be
oh,
too
that's like,
expensive.
okay,
Yeah.
that's
No,
not
here-
gonna be. We've seen
With
50 million
respect to
shows.
everybody else, but he's
No, but
like,
being in the industry and just
Yeah.
seeing what's out there and always what's in the zeitgeist of constantly.
Can I
this
can
just
I
feels that.
can I talk about what we talked about before the show a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus.
No,
I'm just gonna be
no.
honest. Mike's
No,
like, I don't
please.
get it. I don't get it. It doesn't read. I don't get the read.
Like last time, like this isn't just. It's just not for me.
It's not for me.
But
And
now
he's pushing
you
more
hate
than
this.
anyone else here. Which I fucking love.
Not because I'm easy to please as far as movies, but I said it's like I just don't get it. But then here I'm like. You see me into how I am in shows. Like I'm probably the most excited I've ever been.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm like,
Yeah, he
I'm
literally
just
says
like,
nothing but
Legitimately, yeah. I was the same
And
way
it's not
3
in my
weeks ago.
wheelhouse of shows.
He's
Like,
Charlie, if you guys couldn't tell.
You guys are listing off shows, and I'm like, I don't watch that one. I've never heard of that show. But this, I'm like, I see you guys in like 5 years. I know we'll see you like. Be on
100%.
Yeah,
some
definitely.
network, and you guys have gone over there and shot it, and now it's a big production. But you guys stay true to your original
No
idea. So that's
pressure.
what I know you probably could do it here in Portland or something, but don't.
Yeah,
Say,
don't.
Go to
Yeah.
England.
Okay.
Do it over in
It's
England.
British.
Yeah.
It's
Do
so
it.
British.
So we read a lot of
Well, I
Settle,
think that you
compromise.
could. I think you could shoot it, stage it here. I think.
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
could, but
make English
yeah,
signs
Find
and
all
stuff.
your
yeah,
British
but I
actors.
still think it should
Yeah,
be British.
absolutely. Go to some city that doesn't.
Because it
really
might save you
have
guys
tight
money.
regulations.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will be expensive.
Don't shoot LA. Go somewhere
Yeah.
else where
Yeah.
they want you
Yeah.
to shoot, and you could do it cheaply.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us? Like maybe this is your first time reading it with actors. I don't know if you guys have any questions, or it's okay if you don't.
I guess like, what did it correctly dance the line between?
Oh yeah, we were wondering that as soon as you came. You're like, this is very. What was the word? Offensive. We're like, yeah.
In the best way. I mean, I love dark comedy.
I think that it's so hard because like things don't offend you unless they offend you,
Yeah.
and I was not offended, so I can't say if this was offensive or not. To me,
That's
I was
true.
not offended.
Here's
I would
what else-
agree.
yeah.
I wasn't offended at all. I just thought it was like a little intense. But then again, when it's read out loud, it's not it's fucking hilarious.
The thing is, with dark comedy, so much is about performance,
Yeah.
and like I'm
Yeah.
so proud to be like working with these actors.
Yeah, you guys are so good.
Thank you.
And I mean, like you said, you were appropriately nervous coming in because like you don't know if like Andrew's gonna pull off Mickey, or like Mike. I mean this as a compliment, but like you made an amazing pedophile. Like I'm just
Yeah, did you see me laughing?
Fly wherever I am. I'll work for free if you guys shoot this in. Even in England, I'll be your pedo. I'll just make the do a vodcast.
That was the most surprised I've ever been. I just had to turn around. I was
I
laughing
looked
so
at you guys looking at each other, and you were like
I want
dying.
that role. I'll work for free.
Cool.
I want that same
I'm
laugh.
Same
laugh, yeah.
production, and you're gonna come fly out. Anybody else want to put themselves in this?
I'll be Mickey
With
for
3
free.
hairs.
But I think, long story short, to answer your question, with any dark comedy, so much is about direction and performance because anything can play if this is well written, and that's the precedent for a dark comedy to work. But something well written can play poorly if it's not performed well.
Yeah.
And comedy especially is also such an actor's medium, and I think like today I was really especially proud of you guys. I think we nailed it.
Thank you so much.
We agree.
Yeah.
We're usually terrible.
No, I mean they're amazing, but this is like something like this toes the line.
We
so.
owed it to them after our spoiler alert, couple false starts.
Yeah.
We were like, we really got to
Definitely.
perform here.
Yeah. Any other questions for us before we make our way out, guys?
That's it.
Thank you for.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
bring another script in. You guys are
Please.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited
Thank
for you
you.
guys. I mean, like to be so young and have such a finely tuned comic voice is really exciting, I think. And when you guys have your own Comedy Central show, just remember that you got your start with us.
I'm telling you. I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
5 years.
Just rubbing his hands.
Yeah.
Say 5 years.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll be so
again,
old then.
yeah.
Just kidding.
Get out. Get out.
Just
This
kidding.
script sucks.
Hannah McMechan and Danya Jimenez. Thank
Almost
you.
made it through the whole
Yeah,
entire
you almost
thing.
did it,
I know.
Jeff. You
I
almost
almost
did
did
it.
Thank you so much for being here today. It was our honor to read this hilarious pilot, and we wish you guys the best. Where can they find you guys online if development executives want to reach out to you and purchase this
Our
thing?
emails.
Great,
We
share 'em.
have nothing else. Oh, okay.
That's all we have.
Danya.
Or don't share them if you don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to. What
No.
should we do? No, we should share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Twitter if that's what you go by. If you
We
feel.
should give your Twitter out.
Yes.
What does that mean?
DanyaJ9@gmail.com. It's DANYAJ9@gmail. Do you want to give yours?
Mine is hmcmackin@gmail.com, which is HMCMECHAN@gmail.com.
Or follow us on Instagram too. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very rousing endorsement of your social media. Yeah, thanks. You guys are funny. Okay, cool. Well, I guess with that, that's our pilot reading of Blackfriars. Guys, or ladies, thanks again for being here today. It's just such a funny, badass, awesome, weird script, which I love. I would for sure watch this show. Guys, my name is Jeff Graham. Thanks for being here. We're reading another comedy next week called Hot Geek. It's more mild for anyone who's wanting to quit our show based on what we read today. It's kind of more like an MTV style, think like Awkward or maybe like My So-Called Life, kind of like teen comedy. If you liked today's script, I think I would recommend Moguls, which we read 2 weeks ago. It's another satirical comedy about a Fox News-esque cable station.
I love that
That was a
effing
good
script.
one.
Me too. You guys would
I've
like.
been talking to that writer. I just emailed it like, wow,
so
your
good.
script is so good.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
that
know.
was
We've
so
had
good.
some really
Which one was
kick-ass
that?
comedies.
Keeley?
That was Josh
Emma,
Dorian.
With the girl that becomes the CEO of the company. And
Just listen to the episode, guys. It's called Moguls. We read it 2 weeks ago. Also, we want to thank our partners, ARA Printing. Guys, they print these scripts for us heavily discounted. You two should know.
We love them.
They're in Burbank on Magnolia Boulevard, and this spiral bound plastic cover is like $3 for a pilot.
wow.
So.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, you know, because you're writers.
It's like 15.
You know.
Yeah, so that's ARA Printing on Magnolia Boulevard. Thanks, guys. If you go with the promo code Table Read, you'll get a discount. If you guys want to find me online, pitch me a script. You can do so at Jeffrey C. Graham on Twitter, or email me. Just pitch me on Twitter. And that's the show. Thanks for being here, guys. I want the cast to see us out, and then we'll make our way.
All right, I'm Roxy Stryer. You can find me everywhere at Roxy Stryer. And because he's off over there, Mike Kalinowski is not on camera, but you can find him at Mike Kalinowski. I don't know if you have a headset. I am Timothy Mike.
I want to be I am Timothy Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Andrew.
No, it's too late now. I'm Andrew Guy. You can find me at Andrew Guy on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, here next week.
Hey, I'm Haley O'Connor. That is on Twitter at Haley O'Connor. That's Haley with 2 Y's. If you don't use 2 Y's, you're not too wise.
And I'm Adrienne Snow. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Adrienne Snow. You can also catch me on the Doctor Who on AfterBuzz, and then you can also catch me in Wolfenstein in October.
Ooh.
So,
all right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week, and have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye.
What's Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners and principals.